Alrighty, welcome everybody. This is my 1 month review of the Craft and Glory task boot in vintage tan. So this is what they look like after 1 month. I have been wearing these and beating them up for work. Hope you can tell that I haven't been taking it easy on these boots. I bought them to beat them up for work, so that's what I've been doing with them. So what are my thoughts? Well, it's a good boot. It was not the most comfortable boot at the beginning. One thing I had to do, I bought this thick veg tan insole. I believe it's 4 or 5 millimeters, and I got it off eBay. But yeah, I had to put this in the boot because it was pretty uncomfortable standing on these screws. For my unboxing initial impressions, I noticed that under the removable insole, there were these 4 screws directly around the heel. So for the first week, I used these boots with just this removable insole that came with the boots. You know, after 8 hours, I was pretty much done. I was like, you know what, I don't want to damage my feet. I don't want to cause problems with my heels. That's when I switched to the Dr. Scholl's insert, which helped, which improved, but didn't get rid of the discomfort entirely. And then on the second week, or I'm sorry, by the third week, these came in the mail and I switched to them, and these pretty much made the boot feel perfectly fine. Not very happy about the design of the insole with those 4 screws that put some pressure on the heel. This did the trick. Another thing about this boot, so this leather, I think the color is great, and I think it's going to patina well, but when I feel it and when I'm walking in it, it doesn't feel like the most heavy duty of leathers. When I'm feeling the surface, it definitely feels like a nubuck. So if you if you touch like a Timberland boot, it almost feels like a suede. That's exactly how this feels. So that tells me that this leather has been heavily corrected, which means they sanded down the top layers of grain to correct the imperfections that were there, and to make the leather smoother and more refined looking. Do I love it? Not really. I would probably prefer the copper rough and tough from Red Wing, but when I touch copper rough and tough, I can't feel that suede layer, that suede feeling top layer. It feels like a smooth layer, whereas this leather definitely feels like that top layer is suede. So this is, I think, I'm almost positive this is a nubuck. Leather is okay, not great. Another thing about this boot, these speed hooks aren't the strongest. I could easily bend them. Not a big deal. The plus side is that they're not sharp in the back, so you can see the eyelets and the speed hooks there have a smooth backing, so they won't dig into the tongue and tear it up. So this is just looks like a standard Commando lug sole. It's not a Vibram or Ishtide brand sole. Looks like this is just a generic sole that Craft and Glory sources from somewhere. But as you can see, so I don't know if you remember what I mentioned in the unboxing, this rubber felt pretty soft compared to like a Vibram lug sole. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it looks like the rubber is actually wearing pretty fast. I do like the sole. It does provide lots of grip, and I think the softer rubber helps with that grippiness and that traction, so it's a good sole. That's the sort of the trade-off with rubber, is if it's softer, it provides more traction, but it also wears faster. So this may be on the softer side that provides better traction and just wears a little bit faster. So I emailed Craft and Glory about the midsole, because on my unboxing video I mentioned that on Craft and Glory's website they do list the boot as having a 4 millimeter veg tan midsole. And so when I got these, I was pretty disappointed that they didn't have a midsole. So I emailed them and I asked them, I said, were my boots just built incorrectly without the midsole? Did they forget, or is the mistake on their website? And so I guess if you look at their website now, they changed it, and it says that they have a 4mm thick veg tan insole. So I'm assuming they were counting this layer as the midsole, and so it was listed incorrectly on their website. And so the way it goes is there's the insole, then there's the cork filling, which is what fills the cavity created by this welt. And then underneath that is the shank, which is then covered up by the outsole. And then there's the leather heel stack. This is just a removable insole that's, or I guess you could call it like a removable sock liner or removable insole that just goes on top of the leather insole. It's a shame that it didn't come with a midsole. I was really, in fact, that was actually one of the main selling points for me, was that this actually did have a midsole. Somebody did point out in the comment section on my unboxing video that this is not a storm welt, that this is a split reverse welt, but this fold in this welt is strictly for aesthetic purposes. It actually doesn't really serve any function. It has a pretty good sized gap, you can see. And I'm just worried that dirt and rocks will get trapped in there. It looks nice. I just wish it was more snug against the upper. Another downside actually to buying from Craft and Glory is their refund policy. Because they're located in India, they have a no refund policy because they say their boots are made to order. And then when I was reading their website, I believe they said that their boots that are taller than 6 inches, they consider them custom orders. So if you're not happy with them, there's nothing you can do. You know, you just have to resell them. I do like the look of this boot. It looks like a really cool boot. You know, I like the welts. I like the commando sole. I like the heel stack. The color and the patina of the leather. I really like that. I like that it has a rolled top here. Helps with the comfort. I like that it's not the tallest boot, so I can wear these with shorts. Stitching's actually really nice. I haven't had any issues or fraying with any stitching coming loose. And I really like that it's hand lasted in a hand sewn welt. I really like that. I like that the toe box is leather lined. I like the heel counter is also leather lined. I don't usually get pull tabs on my boots. This actually is a useful pull tab. I actually use it every time to put these on because it is a little bit of an effort to push my foot in here. So the pull tab actually comes in handy, and it's nicely designed to help slip these on. You know, the price is actually pretty good. They do have some coupon codes floating around on the internet that you can use to get 10 or 20% off. So you can get these for under $200. The price is actually not too bad. I think they're worth the price. Would I buy these again? Honestly, I probably wouldn't buy these again because they have the screws there that make these uncomfortable without that veg tanned insole. I probably wouldn't buy these again. It doesn't have the midsole, which I was really hoping it would have. And there's no returns. There's no refunds. If you're looking to purchase a boot, I would definitely recommend doing your research. Would I recommend these? You know, I would only recommend them if you like the look, because for the price, you are getting a good value. I still think that you're getting a good value for the price. And I like the design. I do like the silhouette and the design of the paneling on this boot. I really like that look of this boot. So, you know, if you don't mind getting a veg tan insole to combat the discomfort caused by those screws, then yeah, it's worth it. It's worth the price. Me personally, would I buy it again? Probably not. So Craft and Glory finds a way to redesign this boot without having these screw heads sticking up out of the insole, then I would say this boot, I would definitely buy this boot. Yeah, that's my 1 month review of the Craft and Glory Task Boot in Vintage Tan. If you guys have purchased Craft and Glory boots, please tell me about your experience. And if you're thinking about Craft and Glory boots, please let me know what you decide. I really appreciate all boot manufacturers who are trying to just build high quality footwear. This is just my own experience. I really do appreciate you guys watching.